Ever felt like you were hitting a wall? Like you'd given it your all, but you were still stuck in the same place? That was me. Just a few years ago, I looked in the mirror and saw someone who was just surviving, not thriving. I was going through the motions, day in and day out, feeling like my potential was a distant dream I couldn't quite reach. I had goals, big ones, but they felt like they belonged to someone else, someone stronger, smarter, and more disciplined than I was. My energy was low, my confidence was shaky, and honestly, I was on the verge of giving up on the person I wanted to become. It felt like I was living my life in black and white, while everyone else was in vibrant color. The turning point wasn't some grand cinematic moment. It was quiet. It was a Tuesday morning, and I just decided I was tired. Tired of the excuses, tired of the self-doubt, tired of waiting for the right time. The right time was now. That day, I took the smallest possible step. I didn't try to overhaul my entire life. I just went for a walk. A 20-minute walk. That's it. It sounds insignificant, right? But that small action was a promise to myself. It was me saying, I'm worth the effort. The next day, I did it again. And the day after that. Soon, that walk turned into a jog. My diet, which was mostly convenience and comfort, started to change. Not because I forced myself into some restrictive plan, but because I started asking a simple question. Will this make me feel stronger? A side of veggies instead of fries, water instead of soda. Tiny choices, stacking up day after day. I started reading books on habits, on mindset. I filled my social media feed with people who inspired me, not people who made me feel inadequate. I was building a new environment for myself, brick by tiny brick. Of course, it wasn't a straight line to success. There were days I messed up, days I ate the whole pizza, days I skipped the workout because I just didn't have it in me. In the past, that would have been the end. I would have seen it as proof that I couldn't do it and given up entirely. But this time was different. I learned the most crucial lesson of all: self-compassion. I learned to say, okay, that happened. It's not a failure, it's just data. What can I learn from it? Tomorrow is a new day. Forgiving myself was the superpower that kept me going. It's not about being perfect. It's about being persistent. Slowly, but surely, I started to see changes. Not just in the mirror, though those were there too. I was physically stronger, yes. I could lift heavier, run farther, and my clothes fit differently. But the real transformation was happening on the inside. I started waking up before my alarm, not with a groan, but with a sense of purpose. I was more focused at work, more present with my friends and family. The constant background noise of anxiety in my head started to quiet down. For the first time, I felt in control. I was no longer a passenger in my own life. I was in the driver's seat. This newfound strength started to spill over into every other area. The confidence I built in the gym gave me the courage to ask for a promotion at work. The discipline I learned with my diet helped me manage my finances better. The resilience I developed from pushing through tough workouts allowed me to handle setbacks in my personal life with a calm I'd never known. It was like a ripple effect. Strengthening my body had strengthened my mind, my career, and my relationships. I was becoming the person I had once dreamed of being. It wasn't about the six-pack or the number on the scale. It was about the feeling of being capable, of being reliable, of knowing that I could count on myself. I remember a specific moment, about a year into this journey. I was hiking up a mountain I had always been too intimidated to even attempt. The path was steep, my legs were burning, and my lungs were screaming. The old me would have turned back ages ago, convinced it was too hard. But this time, I just kept putting one foot in front of the other. I focused on my breath, on the rhythm of my steps. And then, I was at the summit. I looked out at the view, this incredible panoramic vista, and I just started to cry. They weren't tears of sadness. They were tears of pure, overwhelming gratitude. Gratitude for the person I had become, the person who didn't give up. That moment crystallized everything for me. We are so much more capable than we believe. The limits we perceive are often just stories we tell ourselves. The real journey isn't about becoming someone new. It's about stripping away all the layers of doubt, fear, and excuses to reveal the powerful person who has been there all along. It's about building a foundation of small, consistent actions that compound over time into something truly extraordinary. It's not about a magic pill or a secret formula. It's about showing up for yourself, especially on the days you don't want to. So, if you're feeling stuck right now, like I was, I want you to hear this. You don't need a grand plan. You don't need to wait for motivation to strike. Just start small. Pick one tiny thing you can do today to be 1% better. Go for that walk. Drink a glass of water. Read one page of a book. Make one healthy choice. That's it. Then, do it again tomorrow. Celebrate that small win. Be kind to yourself when you slip up. Build momentum, one tiny brick at a time, because those bricks will build an empire. An empire of strength, confidence, and self-belief that is bigger and more magnificent than anything you can currently imagine. Your story is waiting to be written. The strength is already inside you. All you have to do is decide to unlock it, one small step at a time. The journey is long, but I promise you, the view from the top is worth every single step. You've got this. Thanks so much for listening to my story. If it resonated with you, consider subscribing for more content on building a stronger life. See you next time.